Everybody has an opinion, but that's just that, an opinion.
Let's Talk Facts live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m.
on the B side of the After Party Radio.
Along with George Capoy, Larry Fontaine, Z, Bam, Scrap, and your girl Rocky C. Every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Tune in.
Fontaine, pretty rich, what they call me.
My name is Zoomer's Freakazy, what they call me.
African Dundada.
And it's your girl Rocky C.
It's your girl Busy Bam as well. Don't be trying to bug me up to show y'all.
There you go. First things first, let me apologize for the delay. Police just pulled up on us outside, downstairs. You know I had to do what I had to do.
You gotta
let's
talk
just
facts.
No, I'm talking. Let's just say they won't pull up again on me. Period. Oh, ever.
Okay.
Fuck the police. That's what I'm trying to say.
I've been waiting to say that.
All right.
Whatever. Anyways, we got a Golden Globe Award winner, Slikk, in the building today.
You gonna have to do better than that. 5-time world champion, music producing, bed polluting. Okay, what else? What else? Nigga do everything but make his own food. In a building. Introduce yourself, boss man.
Man, Slikk Muzik, man. I'm glad to be here. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. I really appreciate
You ready to
it.
talk facts or not?
Huh?
You ready to
Oh,
talk
let's
facts?
go. I'm gonna stay ready.
Only person that lying on this show is this nigga.
You lying by saying it.
Yeah, okay, Z.
So don't join.
Okay, let's just go ahead and get started. We be on the whole segment of that.
Alright, okay.
Number one. Number one. Alright, so first things first, as of course we figured out you were coming on the show, you wanted to get some background information on you. Just start us off by telling me when you started producing music and how long you've been in it.
Shoot, man. I started producing music, I say probably, I was about 4 or 5 years old. I started playing drums in the church. I grew up in the church, so I started playing drums in the church, and then by the time I was 12 or 13, I started playing keys, and then right after that, I just started making beats for my peers and stuff, you know, just for fun, just a hobby, like everybody else.
And you from Dallas?
Yeah, I'm from there. Yeah,
What part?
Pleasant Grove, Texas.
Wow.
Slash Crandall, Texas, man.
Oh,
So I just, you know, yeah. So
Greedy Grove.
Really Grove.
It's not so pleasant out there, you know?
Ain't nothing pleasant
I
about
don't
the
You're
get
not
it.
even from Texas.
I've been to Pleasant Grove. I drove for a long time trying to figure out where's the pleasant part. It sounds like a lie. It's just what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that there. Sounds a lot more like greedy. It should be. It's fine.
How old were you when you like first made your first full beat?
When I first made my first full beat,
And how long did it take you?
I was 13. It took me like about 20 minutes.
Seriously?
20, that's it? You just take people a lot longer on their first time.
It just came naturally for me. I never really tried to. It was just a hobby. I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, I always used to beat on stuff, and you know what I'm saying, and making up noise, getting on my mama's nerves, stuff like that, you know. So it just came naturally. Every time I heard a bell ring or some little something, I could make a melody out of it, and I turned it into a beat. So
were you one of them kids that used to like bring it out of pots and pans in the
Yup.
kitchen and
Yeah.
get your ass whooped?
yeah.
Did you used to beat on the tables with the pencils and
I
pens?
beat
That
on
was
the
my
table with pencil,
specialty.
yeah,
Did the
with pencil,
grinding bee
pen.
at lunch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So Angels was my first beat I did on the cafeteria. It was going down.
I used to get in trouble in school, teachers, you know. Did all that.
Like, what inspired you to start doing it? Or it just was something that you just loved doing?
It's just something I love doing. Just I was ever since I was a kid. Like I was saying, every time I heard it could have been anything. Michael Jackson, James Brown, anybody. Like music always just moved me, you know, to a whole other level than my peers, and to the point I was like, man, I want to know how they make that beat like that. Like how they make them drums hit like that. You know, I was different. It just hit me ever since I was little.
Okay, so being, of course, a product of Dallas, Texas, who's you would say, of course, in your opinion, the biggest artist from Dallas that you've worked with so far?
From that I worked with?
Yeah.
So far, the biggest artist that I've worked with from Dallas, Erykah Badu, I would say, hands down, she's you know.
Love her.
The biggest artist, you know, to represent the D.
Correct.
But that I haven't worked with her yet, but Fat Pimp, I'm working with him right now. Shout out to
my
Lil
guy.
Fat Pimp.
Yeah, shout
out to
And
Fat
Lil
Pimp.
Brother,
Yeah.
I'm working with them right now. So.
Who's somebody that you haven't worked with out of Dallas? Just out of Dallas.
That you want to.
That I want to work with, everybody.
Everybody.
I want to work with. Shoot, I'm tripping, man. Shout out to my artist. He after D, straight after D, Homage, my R&B cat. I produced this whole project. He about to get a deal over at Warner Brothers soon.
That's good.
Straight out the D.
That's major.
You know what I'm saying? And I did the whole thing. Me and my partner, Coach. And you know, he about to make some noise. But other than that, Erykah Badu, I'd probably say somebody that, you know, she a legend, straight out the deep, and you know, it's somebody I think we would make some crazy stuff. We got it.
Now you mentioned like hearing Michael Jackson and all of that. Is that the music that you grew up on, or because everybody was different in that era? Like my people are old, so I got like an old soul.
How old are you?
Can you shut up?
She old, right?
Trying to say how old are you?
My people are old, so I was brought up on a little bit of everything, but mainly like Motown and
Yeah.
kind of that era. So like
Temptations. Temptations.
all
The
that,
Dells,
all
all
that,
that.
yeah,
Shoot.
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, that's my same era. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll be 32 in a couple months.
Oh.
So like, I'm an 80s baby. So I mean, I got it honest. Like, I grew up in pretty much my household. It was either gospel music or it was like Earth, Wind and Fire, Michael Jackson, James Brown. You know, the Whispers. You know, the OJs, the whole Motown thing, the whole 80s. Bobby Brown, you know, like Whitney Houston, all that. I got a mixture of all that. So,
He thinks he's
That's
Bobby.
not
We're gonna get into the Bobby Brown situation a little later. Please don't bring him up. Sick of Bobby.
I got like, I'm trying to do a little rap stuff now. So,
oh yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna do something now.
oh, really?
So I'm gonna holler at you,
We
man.
not,
Yeah,
talk, we not talking facts
Don't
right
do,
now.
don't do no Hollywood on me like
Nah,
Please be as Hollywood as
I done
possible.
been there. I done been to Hollywood. I used to live in Hollywood. I done did that already.
Cause I'm trying to be like that.
You
So
like
like
Hollywood?
audition.
Nah.
I just moved back to Dallas recently. That's I couldn't get with it. But I mean, I went out there and did what I had to do. I got my record deal. You know, I'm signed with Rodney Jerkins, Dark Child. So yeah, that's my boss and my mentor under the Capitol Records umbrella. But I went out there and paid my dues and I moved back to Dallas.
So Hollywood ain't for you.
I just
about
committed.
it.
The worst thing about it, it's a lot of fake people out there. I mean, it's fake people everywhere you go, but it's on a whole nother
small
level.
vicinity.
It's a whole nother level. Yeah, everybody got hidden motives. Everybody got hidden agendas, and
What's the best thing out there?
opportunity.
It has to be.
Everybody about their life at the same time, So if you're looking to go out there and you're hungry, you can make something happen. Just make sure you know what you're doing.
That's real. How long was you out there?
4 years. I was out there for 4 years. Yeah.
Say Bobby Brown all of like 3 days to start doing cocaine, so I commend you. You went out there and it was just, well, look at this.
Shout out to Bobby Brown.
The king of R&B.
No!
Wow.
I'm mad. I am mad.
Got his ears in. He was dropping.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
It's our trouble child. He don't like nothing. He don't agree with nothing. It's, I don't
Just
know.
call him no.
No words.
Mr.
No words. All right, so you, of course, just like you say, you was in Hollywood for 4 years. You had, I'm sure, the opportunity to meet a lot of people, of course, with big names, and etc. What, in your opinion, I could ask you, was probably the biggest name that you've worked with so far in your career?
So far in my career?
Yeah.
Who was a couple of them, Doc? Chris Brown, right now.
Lord
Yes,
Jesus.
that's my
Ain't
guy.
nobody asked you.
Ask him a question.
I love Breezy.
I
He done
love
asked you that.
Team Breezy.
Yeah.
Tell him I said hey.
No!
Now, do you actually go like in the studio with them, or is it just because I know like a lot of producers, they'll just send them
Send
straight to
beats.
email and say,
Yeah.
hey, they just like they never actually meet the
Yeah,
artist.
get in the studio.
But have you actually like been in the studio with them?
Yeah. The fact that because I lived out there, you know what I'm saying, I had the opportunity to actually go in and work with these guys, like hands on.
Was the nigga in there dancing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. Like if he can't dance to it, he ain't trying to get it.
And what song was it?
Valid.
It ain't came out yet. There's 2 records that I just did with
Oh,
him
okay.
recently.
Oh, recently.
It's about to come out
That's
on a new
amazing
project.
right there.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah,
Man,
man. That's
let me get you a bell for that.
2 fails. He got 2 singles
Appreciate
dropping.
it.
Chris Brown is actually my nigga. I think he make a good. I think in my opinion, people don't take his music as serious as they should. He has like a lot of hit records. Like
He a beast.
he'll get on somebody else's song.
He's an
usually-
entertainer, period.
Yeah,
He's always top 40 on somebody else's record, like always. So.
And one thing, the main thing I respect about him is that, you know, being in the studio with Chris is like, you know, he pretty much controlled the session.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like as a producer, you know, a lot of time we go in and we help the artist and kind of, you know, put the artist in where they need to go and tell them this and that. Nah, Chris Brown, he gonna tell you what's up. Like, yeah, man, put me over here. I need to do this, blah blah blah. X Y Z. Like he know what he want,
That's right.
and that made my job easier. You know what I'm saying?
So you can say he was essentially like a real artist, if that matter.
Yeah, he the truth. He like the closest thing to Michael Jackson that we gonna see in our life.
Period. Yeah.
I
You gotta give him credit. Did the nigga ask you to dance?
Nah, bro. I ain't
Because
gonna-
I did hear a story on YouTube that he like to challenge people to dance.
He do. I ain't one of them though. You know, I'm one of the niggas. I'm more laid back with
Say
mine.
word.
So yeah, you know, I'm just gonna bring that heat. You know, music. He chilling. Let them do
See,
the
I
rest.
mean, I take his challenge. I'm a dancer.
Oh,
too.
okay.
Oh,
Oh,
I came in my job is just in case.
okay.
clearly.
Because of the new edition thing, I'll show y'all my bracket a little later if y'all need that.
We good.
It's really nothing. Call
So
me
what's-
Richie Brown.
So what's the bad experience that you had since you've been in the music business?
Worst experience I ever had in the music business.
Yeah.
I ain't saying no names.
We don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Disclosure form.
Yeah, but I worked with a major artist and I didn't get paid what I was supposed to get paid, and I had one of the top records on the album. I produced the record and I probably got about 5% of the publishing and the royalties.
Jesus.
I know that hurt.
And they gave me an ultimatum. They was like, either you gonna take this or, you know, we ain't gonna work with you no more.
Real fast, we got a call on the line. Thank you for calling Let's Talk Facts. Who we got? Hello?
They playing. Go ahead.
What is this? What is this?
Hello?
Trying to catfish the phone line? Oh
Go.
my God,
See, they
cuz.
playing.
Every time you say
Every time. We're going, all right, George, answer the phone from here on out. Or,
Now he gonna answer like he at home.
well, he trusts
Hello?
people trust his voice. That's why he scams people so often. So I'm sure it'll work out for the best.
But so yeah, they said they said 5% on.
Homies told me that I was either gonna take the 5 or they weren't gonna work with me no more. So, you know, at this point, what do? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm fresh in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know nobody. I got it. I ain't know nobody out there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a cousin or uncle or somebody like that to kind of plug me in. I just went out there and I just went for what I knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I finally got a break, and then that was the business of it right there. So quickly I learned, you know, I had to take care of my business, and I had to know, you know, I had to know my
Real
business.
fast, yeah.
At the same time, it's not all about just making dope beats or being a dope artist. You got to know what you're doing, because you saw the New Edition. That's
You got to the
real
sauce, man.
all day long.
Read your contract.
Secure the bag.
Read your contract. Don't just sign no paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because of an opportunity.
That's true.
So that's probably, you know, something. You know.
Okay, so of course it was a bad business from that side. Would you say it helped you out? Of course,
Absolutely,
career-wise?
absolutely. Because a year later, you know, the thing is when you go through these things, but you learn. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
of course.
So a year later, the same people called me back for more work, and they apologized because by this time I had worked with Trey Songz and Mariana, Ariana Grande. You know what I'm saying? A gang of people. I done sold millions of records within a year's time.
Yeah.
So respect came and everything like that, and they wanted to, you know, they called me back and they wanted to get things right, and this time I called the shots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
got to.
So I learned, you know, but I knew what I was doing by this point, you know. So
That's tight. That's real tight. Ariana Grande,
yes.
does she look 9 in person as well?
Yeah, she's small, man.
Jesus.
She's a little.
She's so cute though.
She is. My
You
niece
just said her
loves
like a
her.
little dog.
I mean,
My
Like,
she's-
my niece loves her.
No.
I feel weird even.
Until it comes to her age.
She's a, like,
She don't
think
act. She don't act like
With those
child.
vocals.
Well,
Yeah,
with a
she
blunt.
a beast.
Ariana
Yeah, I
Grande
like
walk in
her.
the studio with
I
a
like
blunt.
I like her. I like her.
Oh, yeah, I like her.
I just want to know.
So, okay, top 3 artists that you have not worked with, like major artists that you have not worked with, that you want to this year. It's the beginning of the year, so you got plenty of time.
Please say the goal before you. I hope you say.
Oh,
the
God, don't.
Say what you want. Don't worry about his goal.
I mean, he gonna say it.
I don't know who to go.
He gonna say the goal.
Don't worry.
We know he gonna say it. My goal. Let's go.
Nobody
Do your thing. Watch this.
My thing lately, I'm all about the top 40 records at this point in my career. So, you know, I'm gonna go with a rapper first. I'm gonna say Jay. Now,
Jesus.
but at the same time, I gotta work with his wife.
What do you know?
If I'm gonna work with Jay, then I'm gonna work with B. So
Exactly.
yeah.
1, 2.
And then and Bruno Mars, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Because I like the way he went on his new, on the new album. I like the approach that he went.
Yeah, I like Bruno.
Yeah.
I don't lie. I like Bruno. I like Bruno.
So that's probably the top 3. Like
I want to go to Chris Williams.
I'm all about Grammys and Grammys. And I'm trying to get them trophies, man.
That's real life. You gotta put that
No,
metal on the wall.
Bruno, J, B.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wayne.
Listen, you heard what he said.
I ain't mad at
I mean, I guess if it fall in his lap,
Right.
it is.
If you hit him up with something,
If he sent him an email, I was like, oh.
I just want to shout out to my homie Tank, though, man. My big bro Tank on that new edition, man. He did his thing.
Didn't
bro.
he?
Yeah, I did this.
I stopped trusting him after that.
Yeah. He didn't tell me nothing. I was just at the concert with him and Monica. Was it last weekend?
yeah.
And
I heard he showed out, too. It was a good show.
Yeah. I produced that the Effing With Me record.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where's the bell?
You feel me?
Boy,
Yeah,
Boy.
man. So
you just don't even
shout
know
out
what
to-
type of trouble you get in.
Get your life together.
I'm just saying.
Can he make some music?
You can, really.
Shout out.
Okay. No, Tank, I don't even know if I can trust him no more after that. He's a dirty guy.
They
He did
gave
it
him
too
hair and
good.
everything.
Yeah, they did.
And I'm pretty sure that's his
They gave
real
him
hair too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. I'm gonna go home and watch it.
Oh, yeah, she ain't
Get some
watching
pay
it.
for a while.
Yeah, he wasn't playing.
He
Yeah.
did his thing in that. In my opinion, everybody pretty much would.
Yeah, everybody did it.
Yeah.
So, like, how important is it to build relationships with the people that you work with?
Man, that's a loaded question. That's the whole thing. To be honest, my relationships with the artists was 90% of my success in this business. Just building with them, like, and just kind of I'm all about networking. You know what I'm saying? And taking every opportunity that you can get, because you just never know. You never know. So the relationships will, be better than ask you, hey man, you want to come to this gig, or slide me some music so I can, get you on the turntables, blah blah blah, this and that. So yeah, it's the relationships.
You ever been in a room where somebody that had you starstruck? Not to be, of course, in a weird manner. I wouldn't say you passed out or anything of that nature, but like, just fumbling on your words or anything like that.
Man, yeah. I mean, I've never really been super starstruck, but the only person that probably had me feeling some type, like, kind of like, man, please really
this is the dude, yeah.
Babyface.
What? Babyface, yes sir.
Babyface.
That's the man right there.
Yeah, Babyface the man.
And Master P.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had the privilege to work with
He
both.
got a new album coming there.
Yeah, he do. I actually was on his, it was an album he had called The Gift. It came out back in 2013, I think it was. And I produced the single. It was called Lonely Road.
Oh, that's
He
tight.
produced it on the Queen Latifah show.
That's tight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They need to come out with a story about No Limit.
No.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. It's actually.
And the Hot Boys.
Look at
I'm
this.
quiet because I ain't supposed to.
The tea is on the table, son.
Yeah. So there's and also shout out to Fred Hammond, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm working with him right now. That's another person that I wouldn't say starstruck, but I had the privilege. I got a call from I was working with Fab. Last time working with Fab Pimp, so his manager is good friends with Fred. So he called him and was like, "Hey man, you need to check out this producer." So they set up a meeting, man, and I went over and I played him some records, and homie, like, he was blown away. So he brought me in on this big project he working on right now. So
How do you transition from like doing something for like a rapper or R&B
gospel
singer to gospel?
that's honestly, I think that's what makes me stand out, cause I'm versatile. I can put on the hat of whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can get on any level. So it's just in me. I don't know. That's a gift. It come easy for me.
Gotta be in you.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, too. Like, is there anything that you do before making a beat or anybody in particular that you listen to, or you just go off like your first instinct?
It just depends. I mean, we sit there, we chop it up, we do what we got to do. Me and the artist, or me and whoever I'm working with, and I just get a vibe, catch a vibe with them, and then from that point, cause we gotta catch a vibe. You know what I'm saying? And then from that point, it's just whatever. But I don't have nothing specific. I gotta, the rituals. Yeah, on the rituals.
There be a lot of artists being high. Cause they make the best, a lot of artists make the best version.
Yeah, they stay high. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of drugs they were doing?
No answer that.
Next question.
Answer that. We ain't gonna, of course, ain't gonna take up too much time, too much of your time. I wanted to ask you real fast. Give me the top, of course, because like I said, you from learning experiences. Your biggest mistake, not yours per se, but the biggest mistake you want somebody that's following in your steps not to make, and then the biggest thing you think someone should do that's following your steps.
Okay. The biggest mistake not to make, or that you shouldn't do, if you pursuing this type of career, music career, do not sign a contract without getting a lawyer. Like, make sure you get your business right up front, because that type of stuff right there, that can make or break somebody's entire life, their entire career. You know what I'm saying? I know we keep talking about the New Edition because it just came on BET, but that's real, man. You can go almost a decade and your life will be messed up, and you'll be selling all these records. What if you blow up for real? You blow up and you ain't getting a dime. So
That's crazy.
you got to make sure you take care of your business, because that's gonna follow you for the rest of your life. Something that they should do.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
A lot
piece
of
advice.
A lot of cats that out here in the city, and just everywhere, not just in Dallas, but everywhere that I've ran across, that want to make it. I meet a lot of people. They hit me up and, hey, Slikk, man, can you check me out, my demo, this and that. And there's a lot of talented people out here, but it's just a lot of these cats' work ethic don't be on point. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be consistent, and you gotta be humble, man, because you can't be already thinking that you Lil Wayne or Jay-Z or Kanye or Chris Brown or somebody, and you ain't sold. How many records have you sold, fam?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How many shows have you sold out?
Right.
You know what I mean? So you just gotta stay hungry, and you gotta, even if you do get a hit record on the radio out here, cause I had a record way back in 06, 07, Hit the Bobby B.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bobby B. I produced that track.
I done broke a damn knee trying to buy me. All in there. Just good for Y to T. Okay.
Yeah, shout out
Like,
to
if
my
my
son
sister
at
watching
NPR,
this, she
man.
probably live, because that was her song.
Yeah, I did that back in the day.
Damn sweats I done broke.
Yeah. But I say that to say though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been at it for that. I've been at it even before that. I've been at it. You know what I'm saying? It was just up until I say 4 or 5 years ago before I got my break. You know what I mean? So, So it's like you got to stay consistent, because even if you have a hit record, you can be a one-hit wonder, and then people forget about you real quick.
Yeah.
You only as relevant as your last hit. You know what I'm saying? So my advice to everybody, that's trying to get to that level, just make sure you stay consistent and stay humble.
Put the work in.
Humble is the word, because people in Dallas, if they get a little hot,
Oh,
they
baby,
get
they take
big.
out.
They
They
quit
Red
their
Lobster
job.
they everything.
What,
A lot of
Red
people-
Lobster?
They gonna be
Extra
thinking,
biscuits?
they be like, before people, a lot of people know me, but a lot of the people that, everybody don't know me, so, some cats, they be like, bro, you did what? Like, when I started, because, y'all didn't know I did, the tank record, like, They be like, but you don't even act like it. I'm like, how I'm supposed to act? But I'm supposed to come in like I'm just,
Straight gliding. I got somebody to hold my water bottle.
I'm still the same cat. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's why I keep getting success because I ain't changed, bro. Before I even had anything, I still got the same drive.
Ain't nothing changed but the area code, man.
Straight up.
Damn.
Straight up.
That's real talk,
Take
man.
a bank cut too.
Yeah, well,
Of course.
that's gonna change. Yeah.
Got to. Well, listen, man. First things first, let me be the first to thank you for coming and sitting down with us. Really appreciate it. From here on out, I'm only referring to you as super producer Slikk. Alright? After the Bobby beat. Come on now. It don't get better.
Appreciate you.
Classics.
Thank you.
Damn. Sick of this. Super producer Slikk, son.
Same record.
Hey, but y'all gotta stay tuned. It's a lot coming though. I got on a new album. Me and Tank got coming out.
Stay in contact with us so we can know.
Yeah,
Man, it's
Just in case
Yeah, it's
you
crazy.
need to, if they need somebody to come and do an intro, I got it.
You got it?
Listen, I got it.
Okay.
Holla at me, and I'ma holla at them. We just gonna be hollering
We'll make
back
it
and
happen.
forth. Say no more. Say no more.
Okay.
World fast. Tell our people where they can find you at, man. Just in case they want to keep up with you themselves.
Man, social media, man. I'm on everything. It's gonna be Slikk Muzik, SLIKKMUZIK. That's on Facebook. That's on Twitter. That's on Instagram, Snapchat. It's all the same. SLIKKMUZIK.
He broke them K's up just in case. Y'all
You
wondering.
a blood?
Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him.
I'll take care of this burning this
I be thinking like, okay.
Hate y'all.
Produce for Fred Hammond. Leave him
Damn,
alone.
can you?
Little friend.
Hey,
Little friend.
Y'all ain't knowing, man. It ain't soft at all, man.
Look, man, this is Let's Talk Facts. Y'all just heard super producer Slikk live in the building with us. We're going to take a quick commercial break. This is Let's Talk Facts each and every Sunday. Y'all stay with us. We're going to get back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Okay, so we have Busy Slay of the Week this week. My pick was actually Rashida. She has these leather tie-up pants. They're really, really cute. They're very trending at this current time. Kendall Jenner, Angela Simmons, Rashida, and also, what's her name? Keisha Cole. She just did a video shoot with Remy Ma and Fresh Montana as well in the same pants, and they're real, real cute.
They all wearing them?
Yeah, they all wearing them. They got them from
Let me see these damn pants.
they got them from Rashida's boutique in Atlanta called Press. Yeah.
So Rashida popping up on that?
Yeah, you can also go online. She has an Instagram page for her personal
That's my buddy.
boutique and also her personal page and whatnot. So, yeah, so they're at retail value $99. It's vegan leather. It's not fox leather.
I said I want
Anything like
some.
that.
They're the ones with the ties like
Yeah.
going down the leg.
Yeah, they show a little skin.
I want those.
They're not too bad, actually.
I think you make them for me.
Yeah, we can go ahead and get creative and let it flow.
I ain't
Try to open up
no.
your boutique, tripping.
I'll spend some money on some shoes.
Well, that's the
clothes.
next. That's the next step. Everything has a
Everything
time.
must go.
Everything
Maybe
has a
I
time.
put some money up in that mouth.
Okay, so Rashida out here with the magic tie-down pants is what you saying.
Yeah, they cute.
They-
The rocket chic top design trailing down the front of them
They
instead of
look
the
like-
back.
you gotta
Those
have
little
you gotta have thighs in them though, right? Because that looks.
Not necessarily.
Well, Kendall or Kylie, right? Kylie, she bought hers, but she got thighs.
Yeah, she bought them.
Who's that in the middle?
Have no idea. It's Kim.
Okay. Well, that otherworldly woman in the middle there. So
Yeah, she just an all-purpose chick. She just rocking. Yeah, it didn't. Yeah.
Let me see.
She do. Like she just worship the devil.
Okay.
I love those.
Yeah, I wanna-
those.
And you can dress those
So
up
you
or
can
down.
find-
You can put on tennis
You
shoes,
can find them where?
heels, on Rashida's online boutique at Pressed ATL.
She got some cute stuff.
If you ever out in Atlanta, yeah, you should
She
go out
just-
there. And she does. She's very, very pretty.
Kirk don't know too much.
Kurt ain't gay. With all his earrings up in the top of his ear and whatnot. And
But
Man, Kirk don't know
I
what to do with Rashida.
mean, I know some dudes from artists and they got the same thing and they cool.
we're moving on.
They like women, so.
Moving on.
Okay.
Alright, look, so I've been wanting to talk.
Nah.
I've been wanting to talk about this since I finished watching Alright? And we'll get into this new edition thing. Of course, the 3-part story that BET just aired, which I thought personally was a 10 out of 10. They could have did a lot better with all them damn commercials not being there, but for the most part, like I said, I think it was a 10 out of 10. Let me go on record immediately by saying that fuck Bobby Brown.
Nah, bro, don't do that, bro.
Bobby Brown is an asshole.
Well, I've been in love with Ralph since day one. Ralph and Ronnie, those are my 2 favorites since I've been introduced to New Edition. Overall, the movie was good, though.
Yeah, I think
BT got some points for that.
Hey, but not BT. If you looked at like the little previews, they got some joints
Mandela.
coming.
They got the Mandela
They
joint.
trying to
And they
bring
got
it
that other girl from Power. She got a show
Yeah,
coming out.
she rocking. Yeah,
BT trying to come back.
you see, they aired all of that when they knew you was gonna be watching their show, though.
And then what's that other college movie?
That Quad joint. Yeah, I want to see that too.
There's a lot of fucking going on in the car.
Okay, okay.
That's that college though. That's real life though.
That's that life.
But one thing they do need to bring back is college shit.
Man,
You like that shit? You like that shit?
I listen.
Yeah,
College shit
yeah.
was a joint.
When
When they went to the VI, they was getting it popping.
Only thing I want them to bring back is the basement big to this. That's all I ask for.
Yeah.
Bring back some music.
Big T in the basement.
Bring back some music.
That freestyle when they was getting
The
that
basement.
basement, that shit was fire.
Yeah.
Shit, 106 apart, but AJ ain't free though.
Got to do AJ free.
You gotta do that. I
That's
don't
not
want
happening.
Terrence J. Roxy back no more.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so mad she was ever on the show. Roxy.
Oh yeah.
Because people can pronounce my name right because of her.
Nah, I stopped watching it. Big Tigger was cool though. Tigger when they was doing
His
it.
little
shit.
Yeah, Terrence J was whack to me.
Terrence J.
Terrence J.
actually was the better part of that 2-piece. Terrence, Roxy, I hated her.
Yeah.
Roxy was just a little thot.
Terrence J's bubbly. And
I mean, but he made major moves though. He
Yeah,
did.
he
He made
did
some moves
his
though.
thing.
Like,
turn
he
into
did-
acting. That's what you're
Yeah.
I
supposed
like
to
what
do.
Power
Power
did.
did.
Power did the same with them too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. 106.
Yeah.
Okay,
I feel like they should have did that a long time ago because his career's been over.
okay, that was unnecessary. That was extremely unnecessary.
Shad.
But yeah, like I was saying, for you niggas spiraled off into the BET memoirs. The New Edition story, like I said, was really good in my opinion. I liked how it started, of course, from basically the beginning of it. It went through everything. It showed the ups and downs, even the bad parts of course, the entire story. It was cool. I mean, not necessarily cool, but it was important in my opinion for them to insert even the things that you don't really want people to know. Of course, we all knew about Bobby, but
But wait, but you know Mike, was it, no, not Mike, Ricky.
Yeah.
He tweeted and was like, what they went through with Bobby was way worse than what the movie showed. I mean, of course, the movie can only show
You can't
so
get to
much.
I already know better. Yeah.
And then I didn't even know he was on drugs.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. That was information, of course, that we didn't know, but it was just like you. And I already know that what they went through with Bobby was a lot worse because you got to think they did the Home Again tour. That was 6 years after they did that interview, and it was supposed to be done in a couple of months. 6 years, and it's like they say now that they still have trouble with each other. I can understand why. We messed up millions of dollars. So if I'm Ricky and I'm sitting at home and I'm worried about some money, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Like, when you throw away millions, I would have never had to do nothing except invest.
But you gotta understand too, it's like shit. When you coming from nothing,
Nothing.
like these niggas in a project, so it's like shit. When they finally get up there, of course egos, of course they showed all that, and it was just like people in their heads, of course, and like shit. Ralph really held it down.
Ralph looked from day one.
Yeah.
Real nigga.
He was a real nigga though.
Could have left him in the OP. Could have left y'all in the OP.
I love Ralph.
Ralph did that thing. Ralph was always my favorite anyway, just growing up before knowing any of that. But I also always liked Mike as well.
Yeah, cause Mike was a businessman. He always had that business.
just a real nigga.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Bobby.
I don't know.
But he was an entertainer, bro.
Yeah,
Like, he loved it. Like he gave what they wanted, though. You know what I'm saying? He was a bird,
bro.
He was a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I mean, he was an entertainer.
Sure.
He was like a David Ruffin for the Temptation. That's how he was.
He wasn't. No, David Ruffin wasn't as bad as Bobby.
show.
Look at
boy.
the situation.
I put that up there, boy.
But look at the times though. You had more media with Bobby Brown
I see.
than the
Yeah.
Temptations, so they could only report certain things
That's
because you know it wasn't as much media. As
But I mean, he on the news.
But that was just, I mean, I can compare them just watching the movies. You know what I'm saying? As in like late not coming,
Wait, hold on.
feeling themselves.
Didn't he say Whitney put him on?
What?
No.
Nah, Whitney ain't never put
I mean,
him on.
honestly, I feel like they were both on drugs and they met, and it just made it even worse. Because,
Y'all never seen him say Whitney?
Because Whitney had a movie out and Whitney was on drugs.
yeah, supposedly her brother turned her on to
yeah.
I'm
drugs.
from the body goes out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So when they met, it was
It was
just
just
like,
a confess, like
perfect.
cocaine.
They had her at the end in the wedding when she was dancing and never turned her around. Of course, they never mentioned that.
Oh, that was supposed to be
Yeah, that was
her?
supposed to be Whitney. Yeah.
See, I was wondering too.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's because I really like New Edition. My mom loved Johnny Gill, and she would just play this new music all the time. So I was kind of endorsed into it. But I really like New Edition. And then you hear stuff because she would tell you, yeah, Bobby Brown messed the whole thing up. She never said went into detail. And then you see this nigga raw dogging, cocaine, running lights. He don't care about nothing. He got the burner on the bus.
No, that's funny with the nigga Ricky. He like, two?
Yeah, he got playing.
Two? He didn't care about nothing else. He said two?
That was a major thing.
That was huge.
Bobby was doing
Luke James played Johnny Gill.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see him. He actually did good. Like you could kind of tell, like what was like, I guess the voiceovers and what was.
Yeah, no, they could really sing. Yeah, him and the dude who played Ralph, they could really sing.
They had the meme. Y'all see the meme? Bobby Brown. They was like, so you want me to use real liquor?
Oh yeah, no, he said real liquor. Like, you want to be Bobby, right?
You want to be me or not?
That's what the producer said. If I would be best if I use real coke.
That shit was too funny.
You want to be me or not?
But that was the best one since like NWA, them two, them be the best ones. Like,
Yeah, the NWA.
Yeah.
TLC was good. Y'all didn't watch TLC?
I love TLC.
I like TLC.
I did. It was cool.
It was too much shit. It was on Lifetime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't watch it.
They hold Aaliyah.
No.
They need to do a
Oh,
remake.
yeah.
Honestly, the
They need to let black people do
Whitney
it.
Houston story wasn't bad.
Who?
Whitney Houston?
Yeah, they did a bad, but
Yeah.
remember we watched it together.
Yeah.
We was all in the bed.
But after coming from like the Aaliyah story to watching Whitney Houston, hers was way better. Like,
I don't like the way they turned
Whitney's
Whitney up. I don't like the way they turned Whitney up automatically.
I seen the
Like
yeah.
she made
I'm
her
pretty
body
sure.
and just started snorting.
I
I was
seen
like, yeah.
the Tony Braxton live pick. I think hers was really good.
Yeah, hers was really good. I did see
I'm
that.
still waiting on Pop, but you know.
But the person that got that playing Pop though,
He looked
really
just
looked
like
Yeah, he
him.
does.
Creepy.
He does.
But I didn't like Notorious. I'm sorry. And Biggie.
I don't think they did it.
I didn't like them, bro. Cause I feel like I feel like when you do somebody, you have to like actually be around that person to really know the story.
Kinda, yeah.
And like
Just
the Lil Kim
intricacies.
part, Lil Kim didn't even give her side of the story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was
It was
I mean,
like
it's
really.
like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like you should. If you
have
want to be a character, you have to be.
In my
around.
opinion, what you gotta do is literally get the people. Because of course he's passed away, so you have to get the people that was around. You gotta go call Puff. You gotta
Gotta
call.
call
You
Lil
gotta
C.
call
Yeah, you
Fed,
gotta call
Seeds,
everybody.
You gotta call everybody. Just because there's little intricacies inside of this man's life that you would never know.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, nah, he did, et cetera, et cetera. It just helps to make the story feel more real.
Yeah.
And that's what was important with the New Edition thing. They were on
Everybody's,
set.
but everybody's still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the key.
They were literally
Everybody
on
is still
set.
alive.
Yeah.
So it won't be, oh no, we didn't do this, so we didn't do that. It's like, okay, call and ask them. Versus if the person is already passed, it's like whatever it is. Because even with NWA, Eazy-E's kids had certain things to say
Yeah,
that
Lil
was
Eazy was
wrong
there,
in their story. But if he was here, he
It
could have
would've
at
been
least defended himself.
Cause that's it, like that's how the Pac is. Cause he
Yeah.
gone and Shook, man. Shook
Yeah,
ain't
Shook,
like,
And his mama did.
yeah, so it's like it ain't really.
I don't know how.
It'll be hard.
And I honestly, I think it'll be good, but I don't know if it'll ever be as good as the NWA movie because it's just like where are you getting y'all information from? Really, you gotta really ask like you know.
Because
You
only
dealing
one
with
person
really-
was missing in there.
the closest thing to him was Dre and Snoop, and it's like you know they can tell you so much to me. And just to be honest, it's like you can't act Suge.
They need a snow movie too though.
They gotta do a dog pound. Come on now, everybody need a biopic.
You see, he was playing the songs. He was DJing at a hockey game.
Yeah.
And he was playing like the dirty version of he was playing the dirty version of that same Dre got. I forgot the one everybody know. I forgot the name of the song, but Snoop was playing the dirty version at the hockey game. Cut that shit out quick and put on DMX. That shit was funny to bit.
You know, one biography that I am waiting on, might not ever get it until like maybe 20 years from now. Destiny's Child.
Man.
Like, they gotta do that.
Yeah.
But it's, I
They
think
better not. They better not try to
legit.
hold Z. I mean, not Z. Z. Sorry. Why
Like
did I
who's
say
Z?
I don't know why I said Z.
I didn't know she was in Destiny's Child. Yeah, no, and not real life though, right? In my opinion, they need to do it and do it really now, like because the original members, of course, are walking this earth.
Exactly. But
Which
it's
set?
too deep though. With
Which
like
set?
her dad being the manager and all, it's legit.
They're gonna take a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe.
When our kids get,
Yeah, but it's gonna come eventually.
I think all of our biggest artists need biopics, in my opinion.
like
I
or
care
Cash Money.
a lot more about
Of course. I would love to hear about Cash Money.
all the
Yeah,
gay,
that's a legit
Gay,
too.
gay.
Okay,
Oh, Dame
Hold on.
Dash too. He need one.
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller.
Yeah, they gonna need one, but that ain't gonna. That I don't think that'll never happen
It's too deep.
because
I think Dame asked for too much.
yeah, and then plus Jay ain't finna have that.
Nah.
Jay finna be like, I do my own shit.
You're not gonna do nothing
deep.
bad to make Jay-Z look bad in
Yeah.
any way.
Yeah,
It's too
but
much
you know,
prestige
wishful thinking, whatever.
in real life.
I want to meet you.
Okay. All right.
Anyways.
Coming soon.
Look, man, we about to bring on a special guest. We're gonna take a quick commercial break real fast. Give us about 2 minutes. Bringing on a special guest. Y'all stick with us. This is Let's Talk Facts Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Thank you for sticking with us. We got a very special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself, boss man.
What's going on, everyone? It's Taylor Toynes from Oak Cliff. I don't know what else.
Oak Cliff, Texas. Oak Cliff, Texas. Just real fast, quick rundown. Huge accomplishment. A couple weeks ago, Taylor brought the creator of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, into the middle of his city. And we're going to get, of course, some insight on it and see what you got to tell us about it. Number one, how?
How did he
How? How did you pull this off?
So there's a woman named Molly Belt. She owns the Dallas Examiner, which is the premier black print in the city of Dallas, black newspaper. And she knew someone that was representing Mark Zuckerberg, a law firm. And they said he was coming into Texas and he wanted to do some community service. So they asked her about who to do work with because they wanted it to be very organic so he could get a real human feel.
Yeah.
So she knew all the work that I had been doing previously and hit me up and was like, hey, are you doing anything on Martin Luther King Day? And I said, yeah, we're going to clear out a lot, just clean up a little bit. And she said, well, I got a guest that want to come. And I was like, all right. She didn't tell me at the time who it was. And one day she was like, yeah, it's the Facebook guy. She an older woman. And I was like, the Facebook guy? Who you talking about? And she said, Mark Zuckerberg. I was like,
Oh, the Facebook guy.
yeah, I was like, oh, the owner. And she
Correct.
said, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And man, I was actually doing I was at a conference. Well, it was a conference for teachers and students who wanted to become teachers. And before the panel started that I was speaking on, I got a call that was saying that it was like his assistant or chief of staff that was like, hey, you know, we want to make sure that everything is correct. We want to bring our security team in. And the security team came out that Friday, walked the neighborhood with me, and he was there that Monday.
That's crazy.
Yeah, real
That's
cool
crazy.
dude too.
First
man.
things first, you got a security team.
Yeah.
Tight. Okay.
Yeah, like Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
And they were real low key too. You wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
If you just.
They wasn't in
walked up.
suits.
Nah. They had on Patagonia jackets.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so how long were y'all out there?
we were out there for maybe about. Well, I got out there that morning myself around like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
He showed up about 11:15, stayed till about 1.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah,
about
so-
2 hours or so.
Yeah, so he was really out there.
Yeah.
Like he didn't
He didn't
come-
just pull up.
Nah. Like we were out there. He was really working too, man. And the funniest thing is, I got a picture of him and my old man carrying a big log together. Cause my dad, as soon as he got out there, his team, like we were already working, but I brought everybody in under the tent.
Yeah.
And his team was like, hey, you gotta get people in here in 2 minutes if you want them all to see him at one time. So everybody came in. I announced that he was there. People was like, it was almost the expression that people had when Vince Carter put his arm in the rim.
Like, nah.
Yeah, people-
Nah, he did not.
Because I was telling people it was gonna be a special guest, so they was thinking maybe an athlete or
Yeah.
something like that. So if it was like Dez Bryant, they would have been like,
Like a Crabtree.
yeah, something like that. But they seen him was like, hold on, like that's not normal.
That's not the guy.
Yeah, that's
Not
not
him.
Exactly. So people was quiet, and then they was like, whoa, like that's Mark Zuckerberg, the owner, the dude who created the app that connected the world,
Correct.
the website that connected the world. And like I talked for a little while, my old man was like, yeah, but we gotta get back to work. Let's go. And he told him to come help him carry this log, and he got to it.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So he was really out there working. He
Yeah.
was a billionaire. Okay.
Yeah, a billionaire that was in it is the most impoverished district in the city of Dallas, District 4. The median income in that district for a household is like $10,500 a year.
Ugh.
Like that's median income, and that's for
For
a
a
household.
household. Not for a person.
Not for a person. This is for a household. So it's like this could be families of 2 or 3 people living in that house, 4 people,
If not, yeah.
living off that. And he walked that neighborhood, and that was huge to me because it wasn't any media out there. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
Like I was
Literally.
nobody knew except the people who were already well, they didn't even know,
Yeah.
but they was just coming off the strength of volunteering.
So
with
you
me.
were told, of course, not to say anything, man.
Yeah. He didn't want anyone out there.
I can imagine.
So, and it made it very cool because I was able to build a relationship with him.
Right.
It wasn't just like, oh, you the guy who organized this now. I got to deal with all these different people coming
all
at
the
me.
media outlets.
Yeah, so it was just like, we was working. We had JNS Catfish. He enjoyed the JNS. That's, and when I do events, I always want to put on for our local community.
Man,
You know what I'm
that's
saying? To
real.
put money in their pocket. I went up to JNS and I saw the dude behind the counter. I was like, man, I want to show you a picture of Mark Zuckerberg eating y'all's fish.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, someone called and I saw Facebook on the caller ID, but I didn't think about it. And I was like, yeah, that's who paid for the food.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, of course, like you said, you got an opportunity to essentially talk to him, right?
Oh, yeah. Talk to him about some real stuff, too, man. I talked to him about slavery, systemic oppression, the anti-bias trainings that they have to go to on the Facebook campus, I guess you would call it, or the headquarters.
Yeah.
Man, we walked, and if you know that neighborhood at all, we walked up and down Betterton Circle, 10th Street, Clarendon, and that's down through there too. Like we was cutting across fields and everything. But the dopest thing to me was that we went to my great grandmother's house. Like we was just in the field, and I knew he was having to leave soon. And I was like, "Hey man, you still want to walk down here to my granny house with me?" He was like, "Yeah, let's go." So we really just walked down the street, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't nothing, like kids.
That's crazy.
And we
Just
walked
hanging.
down, he walked down, and I was like, yeah, man, it's my great granny house. And my great aunt was like, yeah, my mama always wanted, I guess, to sit in her chair. So he sat in her chair, and it's crazy because my great granny was born in 1916. So her grandmother was a slave.
Yeah.
And now to
That's
really,
not even an option. Yeah.
to think full circle of it, like the 5th richest man in the world was sitting on
Sitting
her
in her
porch,
porch.
in her chair. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Man.
that stuff you never would think about, because
Yeah.
nowadays we don't have nobility anymore. Like in the United States, we got a president and all that, but we don't have nobility. But when you say the 5th richest man in the
That
world,
means something. That means a lot.
in the
Yeah,
world,
it means a lot.
like he checked in Oak Cliff. Like if you go look at his
Oak Cliff,
Facebook
Texas,
page, it's like it says Oak Cliff on there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's huge, and the fact that he was able to do it with people from Oak Cliff. Like all my partners was out there. A lot of people that you know too.
Oh, who was out there? I didn't get a chance to
I
see
got
all
a
the
funny
pictures.
story about her.
Oh, God.
We would like to hear that.
Y'all know I've been knowing her since she was like in the 5th grade.
Oh, can we hear some stories?
Before I could get eyebrows waxed and
Just real quick, man.
go ahead, embarrass.
I got a partner, and they was dating in 5th grade.
Well, you talking about Juju?
She said something to the effect, I don't know how this happened, but
In the 5th grade.
in the 5th grade, we was in the 5th, you was in the 4th.
Yeah.
And she said something about, yeah, you saw what happened to the last boyfriend I had when he tried to leave me. I was like,
Oh,
I remember that time.
you said it.
I don't remember it.
But it was funny.
I ain't threatening if you be like 9.
Nah, you know you was like,
I was
like the
aggressive.
mean girls.
Yeah, I was the mean girl. Me,
Yeah.
Charity, Tennille.
Yes,
Yeah.
y'all was like the
So you
Ashleys
been
on
crazy.
recess.
Yeah, I told y'all I was born in and I
Got
sworn in.
issues.
Yeah, but nah, man, it was cool.
It was
that he
puppy
out
love.
there.
It was just,
It was.
but
it
I was still crazy. So.
It was funny, man. But nah, it was a cool little event, man.
Juju, you my boy. No beef.
No problem.
Nah, no, Ju, good people. That's my man. Lil
Yeah,
Charles
good
Island, them
yeah.
good people.
So Charles and Juju, I know, of course, was out there. Y'all like click tight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who else came out?
Did you know, or just in
Just
general?
in general.
Man, just a whole bunch of people from the neighborhood. People from my job came out. Just people who typically support all the events and things that I had with Foil Clips. So it was family. A lot of my family was out there. My sisters, my mom and daddy, and a lot of people from Oak Cliff, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Kendall Sims on here. He talking about my big cousin Taylor. Glad he doing good.
What's good, Kendall?
He's doing good, Kendall. He talking about them a day alternative. Yeah. Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We took y'all to Kendall. They don't know nothing.
Damn.
They don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing
I was a
about
carpenter
that.
baby. So
Yeah, take your
My
carpenter.
wife went to Carpenter.
Oh yeah, I'm a carpenter baby, man.
Household divided.
Yeah. She went to Brown too. So
Oh my
that's
God!
real
Yeah, we
big.
was saying we everywhere orchards
Nah,
over
I'm
here.
T.W. Brown.
Yeah.
Everywhere
real
orchards.
big.
Man, yeah.
I don't know about none of that.
Girl, nigga, so
Y'all trash.
Girl, you take
So,
your Cali ass home,
Right, you
babe.
weren't even in Texas.
Don't matter.
He would have went to Bowie.
No, I wouldn't. This guy Arlington?
You look like Arlington.
Yeah, Bowie.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Y'all just say what's up in California.
From, bro.
I'm from Compton, California. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles County.
That's
Disrespect me about this art.
No, I really
He
thought
think he
you
can fight everybody.
No,
And I will.
don't do it.
No.
Nah.
no, just be for real though. If you didn't know Larry was from Cali, where would you think he was from?
Virginia. You said if you can run it, it's your man.
Listen, the only reason you say that is because
Cause you
they
were tight.
decided to start dressing like people in California. It was weird, but
Oh.
they did that.
Nah, I would assume you was from California if I didn't know you.
Real nigga. You shut up.
But I thought you was from Arlington.
That's because Taylor's
No.
just smart and he gives people the benefit of the
Or
doubt.
just because he's a real nigga.
And that too. But, you know, that has nothing to do with the assumption you being
talk
from Cali.
different.
Yeah, he acts different.
Dress
Dress
different.
Y'all talk
Or
different.
Jimmy.
This is regular.
Act different.
You really gotta fight me barbecue, brother. Sick of this man. Alright, can I, if y'all don't mind?
Proceed.
Nah,
Thank you.
Go ahead.
do your thing, man.
Get y'all.
Every time you read a Tupac hate, you be talking shit.
Thug life.
Tight ass pants. Alright, continue.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Any more?
No,
Okay, we're going back to regular schedule.
Taylor. So you got the opportunity to talk to Mark Zuckerberg. Was there anything, I mean, of course, you don't have to get into like real detail, anything specific that you asked him that you like felt like was, like he gave you like real good feedback on it?
You want me to do so it was a lot of stuff I asked him, but for the sake of this show,
Okay.
something that I'm sure that the audience that's listening would like to know is I did ask him if he was familiar with Bad and Bougie.
What did he say, Taylor?
He said he hadn't heard it.
Oh my God.
I told him, I was like, hey man, you need to go check out Migos.
Culture.
Got to.
Yeah, I told
Gotta
him.
put him on.
I said, you didn't watch the Golden Globes? And he was like, nah man, I'm always on the computer. And I was like, well,
You need to pull it up.
yeah, I was like, they got the #1 song in the country right now. Check him out. I doubt if he did, but you know, for the culture. I had
Correct.
Yeah, we got
Correct.
That's the name of their album, Culture.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
I'm gonna go check his Facebook out and see if he posted Bad and Bougie.
It'd be the greatest thing.
Nah.
It'd be the greatest
It
thing.
would have been, you know, man. Say he didn't know, but
Getting him the Oak Clip was an accomplishment in itself.
Huge.
So he can listen to Bad and Bougie later.
I was,
yeah.
I was. You actually know my friend Aaron Bradley.
Oh yeah.
I was on Twitter and he had tweeted and I was like, "You did what now?" So I jumped on Facebook real fast, like, "Yo, that's mad crazy right there."
It is.
He out there
bro.
picking up sticks in the cliff.
Right.
Yeah,
I saw
bro.
it on my timeline on Facebook. I had to look twice. Like, I just saw you and a white man. Honestly, I was like, wait a minute. Let me go
Who's
back
this
up.
They said Mark looking around, so Mark who? Mark Cuban?
Mark.
Mark Cuban out there?
Mark Cuban got a few more bees to go to catch
Correct.
him.
Yeah,
He got a lot more bees.
Couple more
It's levels.
ventures.
This dude worth $50 billion. The money after the decimal point is 200 million.
Oh, good God.
0.2, that's 200 million.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's
Trying to get like him
999 million
when
and 1
Does
billion.
he date outside his race?
Man, that man is married to an Asian woman.
Really?
How old is he?
He's 32.
What?
He
I got
32.
7 years.
Yeah, he 32, man.
I'm broke.
Let's just get into this recent award that you just won, Community Advocate of.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Oak Cliff Chambers.
Yes, I seen it. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Your wife said you blinked on every picture, but you know, hey.
I did, man. That flash was bright. That flash on that iPhone was
When
bright.
you winning, you ain't gotta look.
But
It don't matter.
Man, it was a blessing to. I've never been awarded for anything outside of athletics before, so it was cool to get that award. And also just spoke to, because they didn't give me that award for Mark Zuckerberg.
Of course, yeah.
It spoke to the work that we've been doing. Like, before Zuckerberg even came, we had a back to school festival this summer that 3,000 kids showed up to.
It was in a newspaper.
Yeah, we gave away 2,000 backpacks, gave away 2,000 boxes of chicken. We registered over 200 people to vote.
Hold on, y'all niggas got chicken?
Yeah, they can give away chicken, Rich. You missed that.
And
Do I gotta go to
Panda
school to
Express.
get that?
Man, come out this summer.
Because I will go
Yeah,
to the class.
we gonna have another one this summer. We gonna try to improve it a little bit better. But yeah, that's 2 years running that we've had that back to school festival, and then on Christmas we had a skating party for kids. There was a Southern Skate, because everything I do is in Oak Cliff. I'm in the organization for Oak Cliff, so yeah, man, I'm just out here trying to liberate as many of our youth as possible.
Hey man, that's huge. That's amazing to hear. So of course, just like you said, everything is in the clip. You have children yourself?
Yeah, I got a little girl named Wednesday.
Okay, I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
Wednesday and my beautiful wife Ariel. She's sick at the house right now.
Yeah, well, so
Yeah, but I'm gonna make sure she feel better. I'm gonna turn to a doctor in some type of way.
Real man.
Yeah, put all
Y'all
that
need to
together.
get y'all notepad.
who did you get a
Your
pad?
notepad said, George, no, you gonna break it down.
Don't do it.
I get your number.
We gonna disregard George.
I get your number after the
He's
show.
excluded.
We can talk.
So 2 years running, of course, like you said, you put on the back to school drive for the kids. Of course, huge numbers, 3,000 kids coming out, which is I can't count. I'm just be clear. I hate kids.
Okay, so
they
we won't take
run, They
talk.
They talk.
Eat.
They just do. They breathe. It's just
The human.
so many damn kids. I don't know how you could deal with it.
But it's a lot of adults too. The festival isn't just geared towards the kids. In my mind, I always thought about back to school festivals, and I'm all about trying to work with the whole family. We can do stuff for kids all day, but if we not affecting the parent, you know what I'm saying? They going home to a desolate situation. So I really wanted to make sure that if we can get the kids out, what can we do to get parents engaged? So we start, having a job fair out there. Now I've learned more about workforce, so I can have more people come out. We had the college fair piece. Now I've learned more about FAFSA completion and, different universities that could come out and set up shops, adult education things that parents can go through, and get pathways such as becoming a patient care technician while their child is at the festival as well. So it's man, I don't broke this down to a science almost.
It's really one word for all of it. That's really amazing. I know a lot of different people, of course, and it's a rarity to sit and talk to someone who, not because, to be honest, I don't know what you get from it. Of course, I don't know if you drive around in a Bentley. I don't know if you live in a mansion.
So
I don't
the
know
car
what you get for it.
situation, my car just broke down 2 weeks ago. I'm driving my little sister car
See what
right
I'm saying?
now.
See what I'm saying?
So it ain't a check.
Flat out. So it's like,
you're doing it because you want to.
so I can imagine you from Oak Cliff yourself, right?
Oh yeah.
And you grew up mostly.
Oak Cliff, baby.
Yeah,
Oak
and me and my
Cliff.
wife still live in Oak Cliff right now. We got a house in the Cliff, right down the street from Turner.
Oh man,
Yeah, we in the
yes.
neighborhood.
My godmom still stays over there on Brook Valley.
So what you're
Right down the
doing
street.
is literally how you inflict change amongst even the small amount of people, of course, that you live around. Is literally how you inflict change among people, just because you're changing the mindset of the kids who grew up like you, and there was nobody there for you to do that. Of course, I don't know where the hell y'all are referring.
W. Bushman Elementary School, which is on Bonneview. And I also worked at Zoomwall last year. So that area right there is where I'm doing most of my work. Where we went to school at, that's a little further west from there. You know, if you take Ledbetter and you just keep driving east, the story gets way different. You cross over Marseille.
I'm talking about over
Yeah.
minutes, in a matter of minutes.
Going towards.
Yeah,
Going
like
towards
away from
45.
the
like
Okay,
Like you
yeah,
going towards
yeah,
the Grove.
Yeah.
you take
Okay,
the Grove,
I got
So
like,
if you
Yeah.
once you cross over Lancaster,
Yes.
It's on.
That's-
Yeah, okay, yes.
Yeah, once you
You
cross
in a whole
over
nother
Lancaster-
hood.
Yes, sir.
So my targeted zone that I'm trying to do the most work in, and if you think of it geographically, it's like Ledbetter on the south end, then you got Lancaster right here on the western boundary, then Keystone, Illinois is across the top, all the way over to 45 back down south. So it's that square
Yeah.
area right there, and it's 20,000 people that live over there. Of that 20,000, 5% of the kids that live in that neighborhood, no, I take that back. 75% of all children under the age of 5 are living 100% below the poverty line. So if the little baby's living like that, you know what I'm saying?
Imagine.
Like, and then we talk about that $10,000 a year income. There aren't any job opportunities over there. Like, and if you know the area, like where can a
You know
13-year-old go
Real
work?
fast, because I
Right.
said that I went to Rudy's not too long ago, and
That's
as
right
I'm
there.
driving through, you can see how many of the cash advance stores they put
Oh, yeah,
on the
yeah,
corner,
yeah, yeah.
and then it's like, where is the recruitment on your office? Like, where do I go get a job versus lending money from people?
temp
who are-
agencies or whatever.
Like where's the temp agencies? Where's the sobering houses for these people who are walking the street? Where the hell? Put your arms and elbows together. Where is the buildings that's helping us? Because I've gotten a loan before. They want more than they gave me.
Yeah.
I was like, no, y'all not getting that. I gave them what they gave me,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
still want to talk to me about it. Ain't nothing to discuss.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting to see as you go through. You find a liquor store, you find a loan office,
Barbecue place.
barbecue spot, of course, and all the other people's businesses. But you don't find where it's a
Opportunity
building
center.
to walk in there and help me.
It used to be one. The Urban League was
Yeah.
there. It's closed now though. But no, that's what I'm trying to bring over to that community. I recently just got an office space in Glendale Shopping Center, so hopefully I'll be able
Is
to
that-
do a lot of that
That's
work.
across the street from Rudy's?
No,
No,
that's Lancaster
down the
Keys.
street. That's down the street some more.
Yeah, you gotta go down Ann Arbor.
I figured out.
See,
You gotta go back around.
Yeah, you'll
Gotta
get
go
lost in the hood dealing with me.
Okay.
I'll take you down there.
Little back street.
Yeah.
Bring you right back. Like,
You know,
hey,
see,
I didn't even know this street
I've-
led me here. Back to Austin.
I've been in it. I don't know the streets as well as y'all do. I
Right,
can
right.
get in it and know where the hell I'm going for the most part, but nah, I'm not gonna be able to tell you where to go by a street name at all.
So, okay, 5 years from now, I'll just give you like a 5-year goal. Where do you want to see your community
In 5 years,
please?
in 5 years, I would like to see. 5 years, what year would that be? 2022. 5 years. I would like to see at least 30% of the people living in my community with some type of college education. At least gone, tried, or graduated. At least 30% in 5 years. The numbers are really low right now. Like really, really low. It's like somewhere around 5%.
Really?
Yeah, for that target zone that I'm talking about, it's like 5%. I would also like to, in 5 years, I would like to have a program which is coined. It's called a two-generation approach to education. where parents and children simultaneously will be learning. So the kids will be in a quality early child care center while the parent is also going out to get gainfully employed from like the hospital or a welding company or something like that. Also getting GED classes and just furthering their education. And that's all going to go into that 30% as well. But also the child, making sure that they're in a quality early child care center. And also quality, yeah, because you can rate that. You can rate that.
Yeah, you can teach anybody something.
Right, and making sure that the parents are also putting up savings accounts for their children, even if it's only something like $5 a month. But if you have a separate account for your child, your child is 7 times more likely to go to college.
Man,
so you know what I'm saying?
By the time I was 18, my mama owed me money.
Yeah.
I had money to give me.
So that's a few of the things. I like to have the Fort Cliff Back to School Festival be like the premier festival in Oak Cliff. I want it to be like a weekend long event to where we can have health and wellness going on, the Back to School Festival, maybe go to church with one another. And also to have some of these murders and crimes go down, whatever type of way. But I know that's a lot in 5 years, but shoot,
It can happen.
Shoot for the stars.
So much can happen in a year.
I mean, I done seen it.
So that's 5 years. That's 5 years for your community. Tell me where you want to be personally in 5 years.
5 years.
And let me know if I need to. If I can vote for you. I want to vote for you.
Where I can be in 5 years, man. In 5 years. I want to be enrolling my daughter at Adele Turner. Hopefully, still Miss Dangerfield is there.
Hello.
And she can be in her class. 5 years from now, I want to be seeing the students that I taught when they was in 4th grade growing and getting ready for their junior year. And also just still trying to be the best husband I can be, man.
Come on.
Yeah. So everything else will come. I don't know what that look like, but it'll come.
That's real life, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get your number after.
You don't talk to
I need some more
Some
light.
tips. Some tips.
You saw that man do intercom and a speakerphone. You don't even get nowhere near close.
I'm gonna need some tips, and then I'm just in like how you doing with the community stuff. I do want to get involved too.
Yeah, but
Real
We
life.
all
we all do.
Listen,
Just let us
I wasn't
know.
joking. I actually really do hate kids, but
Well,
I
yeah.
do want to help them in life.
Yeah.
Help them not be little bastards.
Wait till you meet some of my little homies, man. You might rethink that. You know, we made a movie this summer. It was up Forbes 30 Under 30 Film Festival with some cool little kids.
Yeah.
You would like to meet them, man.
Okay.
Yeah, well, y'all go check that movie out if you haven't seen it. Hoop Dreaming. You know, produced, written, directed by Nick Brooks. I got a co-producer credit in that. I'm on, what is it, IMD, what is it?
IMDb.
Yeah. I'm on there. I'm official.
You feel me? And listen, my name is on the side.
Real on there. So yeah, it was a pretty good short film. Like I said, it was a semi-finalist for the Forbes 30 Under 30 Short Film Festival.
Hoop Dreams?
Hoop Dreaming.
Oh,
Hoop Dreams was the
Hoop
documentary.
Okay.
Yeah, but little kids from Zoom walked in the movie, man. It was dope.
That's real rap. That's real rap. Alright, well listen, man, if nobody tell you this week, I'm proud of you.
Appreciate
We
you.
all are.
Appreciate you.
Especially me.
Appreciate it.
I'm from the same, stomping ground. So
Crazy
this
too.
not mind your business.
Thank you for letting us know.
Thank you.
I
Right,
know.
turf right there.
They knew. Everybody acting so
I got
damn
your
shy.
contract with this show.
I don't have a contract. I'm day one.
Mental wellness, man, is in question.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and I need some tips on how to treat women.
A lot of tips.
I hope you got your year cleared because it's gonna take all
I'll
year
give
to
you
help
the
you.
easiest tip I can give you, bro.
What's that?
I always try to love her more than she love you.
Okay, listen.
Stay in competition, bro.
Hold on, I thought I told you niggas this on a show.
No, I ain't told
You not married. Why would we listen to you?
Because my mom told me. She married.
That's your good tip. Okay. Now I just gotta get to one female.
Okay, never mind. Well, listen, man. That's
God.
Taylor Toynes. Okay, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you, man. We need to stick with you. We need to follow your moves. We need to be out there when you are. Let us know.
Man, you ain't gotta follow me or anything. Just go follow the movement, and that's it. Just go to 40 Cliff. The website is 40cliff.org. Stay tuned. We're gonna need some help with this garden, man. Now that Mark Zuckerberg done posted it, everybody in the world watching. So
Gotta get
we're
it
gonna
up.
need some help with that. The Back to School Festival is coming up. in August, and you can just like our Facebook page, said 40 Cliff.
Say no more. We definitely gonna be posting your Facebook. We gonna get these likes up. Everybody.
And we gonna get some extra hands out there.
We gonna build this damn garden.
I'm gonna
And
hit
that's
you
for
up.
certain.
I ain't Hollywood me, need like see you at the streets and be like, nah, I don't know that nigga keep it moving.
Listen, man, thank you for coming on the show. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you for sitting down and talking with us, man. Best of luck in all of your future endeavors, and make sure your wife, of course, gets healthy.
I love you, babe.
Real soon, man. This is Taylor. This is Let's Talk Facts each and every Sunday. My name is Richie Fontaine. Pretty Rich, what they call me.
It's your girl, Busy Bam.
And it's your girl, Rocky C. See y'all next Sunday.
Everybody has an opinion, but that's just that, an opinion.
Let's Talk Facts live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m.
On the B side of the After Party Radio.
Along with George Capoy, Larry Fontaine, Z, Bam, Scrap, and your girl, Rocky C. Every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m.